Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Let's go. It's a shocking morning. We've got Storm Ewan coming over, or EUON, or whatever they want. Everyone's trying to call it something different. I've got two bad ways to go to work this morning. Let me just put the lights on. Oh, well, that's nice. I've got this way which takes me through a lake, and I've got the other way which takes me down a slower road which is probably more prone to falling trees. So, caught between a rock and a hard place. Still, never mind. This is the winter. Let it blow itself out. I hate wind. Of all the things, snow, ice, rain, cold, wind is the thing that I hate the worst. Causes the most damage. Takes the tiles off the roof. Blows the thatch off the barn. Anyway, I hope you're well. I'm just about recovering from my 2 weeks in the Gambia. I was unlucky. I caught a bug on the last day, and been on Imodium ever since. So I'm feeling a bit washed out. Because you've got more bacteria in your body than you have actual human cells. So you could argue that the human body is just a contrivance designed to hold a bunch of bacteria rather than the other way round. And my bacteria are very definitely not happy. They've said to me they've been in a fight with African bacteria. And all the time I was in Africa they were losing. The African bacteria had reinforcements every day, whereas now I'm back in the UK. I've gone straight out and had a McDonald's. See if we can get some good British bacteria, some American bacteria back in my system. So we're really booked up at the moment. We're February last year was our biggest month by far. And bearing in mind that, we turn over somewhere between 100 and 200,000 pound a year. Probably the low end of that, the very low end of that. And but last year, February, we did 22,000. So that was a spectacular month, and I think it probably will be this year as well. It's only because I think there's a lot of pent-up demand, for bloody size of that dog. Yeah, I think that's only because there's a lot of pent-up demand because I don't work in January. Oh my God. I hope this, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll try a little experiment. I'll turn on noise cancellation and see if it does anything. There we are, that's got noise cancellation turned on. As well as Google's voice post-processing. No, we did a couple of sort of fairly tricky extractions yesterday. One's where we had to remove a bit of bone to be able to just get the coupons, one down the side of the root to wiggle it out. What else? Oh, a nice 6-unit Maryland type bridge to replace the two lower front teeth. I've got in other matters. I went on holiday to Tunisia, and the hotel was had a lot of building works there, and I put in a Section 25 claim through HSBC, who completely mishandled it. Either didn't put it through or didn't want to put it through. I forget, but they kept telling me they've sent me letters and they didn't and everything. So in the end, they raised a complaint internally. I didn't ask them to. I was going to take them to the small claims court, but they and I got a letter back saying, and I'd claimed half the cost of the holiday, which was £694, and they gave me like a ex gratia payment of 800. So what I was asking for, plus about another 100 for inconvenience, because they said that they felt that they'd mismanaged it, which they had. So they also said that they never put the Section 25 claim in, which is not true, because I've got documents acknowledging the fact that I've provided the extra information that the Section 25 claim required. But I'm not gonna, what do you do? You're not gonna. Sometimes you just have to take the win, don't you? So that's another use of the small claims court, which is worked out very well. What's more? Oh, there it is. I've got this Lavalier mic on. I still don't know what it's called. It's got something. And I tend to call it Lavalier after Cavalier. But it could be Lavalier, or I don't know, after Maurice Chevalier. Who knows? So, anyway, I'm experimenting with different positions for it. And this is on my my seatbelt now, because I think it might be a better place for it, because I'll remember to take it off, put it back in its case, and recharge it when I take the seatbelt off. So yeah, so small claims court, brilliant. And then this mad woman who's suing me because she didn't like my dentures and decided to get another new set. The serial claimer, the one who was going from dentist to dentist, having dentures made and then reclaiming the money. What we've done is we've forced her to withdraw her claim for the lower dentures, because it was quite clear when she sent the notes through that she'd only had the upper ones remade. So that was basically a fraud. And so she's now said that she only wishes to get a refund for the top ones. Now, I don't know whether she thinks it's as simple as I think she may have thought or been misled into thinking that it's just as simple as putting in a claim and just getting them refunded. That you just put in a claim to the private patient complaints procedure, say that you've got a complaint about the dentures, and then they will arrange for you to have a refund. It's, I think that people are misled into thinking that because of other areas of consumer law where, for example, in Amazon, for example, you can say that you don't like something within 30 days and send it back, and you can throw all the packaging away and just put it in a plastic bag with a bit of bubble wrap in a cardboard box, and they'll pick it up free of charge, and you'll get a credit or refund even. And the reason why Amazon can do that is because, having checked that the item has been sent back, they just bundle these all up on pallets and wrap it all up with cling film and auction the pallets off. So that's how they get some value back out of the returned items. But of course you can't do that with dentures. You know, there's no... I'll just move this down a bit. I'm worried that that's... There we are. Might be better there. Yeah, so she's still a long way from getting any money. I mean, you know, she's going to have to, I don't know, she might want to go to a panel at the GDC, and the panel will then examine whether or not the denture was well made. It won't examine whether or not, you know, I don't know, it might recommend that the situation is remediated with a refund. But first of all, you know, they'd have to demonstrate that you were negligent in your construction in some aspect, and not merely that the patient decided that she didn't want to wear them. So, you know, and even then, if I decide to object to the findings of the panel, it's going to go to the GDC. And even then, they don't have the power to order a refund. She'd have to go through the small claims court to get a refund. She might have been better off, in the first instance, to have literally not even bothered with the private patient complaints procedure and just gone straight to the small claims. So, but in that case, I think I would have had a fairly strong case. But the problem with that is that, while you can have a fairly strong clinical case, you don't necessarily have a very strong case in front of the arbitrator, because or the mediator or whatever, because my experience is with small claims, dentists almost always lose. You know, they are, and I know you've heard me talk about a patient who I did a gold crown on, and one of the best gold crowns I've ever done. The guy forgot his wallet and then kept saying he was going to pay, and then when I took him to the small claims, put in a defence that the crown was not satisfactory, which was upheld by the court on the grounds that he just said it was not satisfactory. And I'm sure that, you know, there was a lot of confusion in the court about what a dentist was doing, even in the small claims court. You know, dentists weren't seen in the small claims courts. For the most part, if we were owed a debt, we just used to write it off and get on with doing the next crown, you know. I was young, I was idealistic, I was annoyed, to be honest, and also curious to find out how the small claims thing worked. So I decided just to go through it, and the magistrate was very... In those days, there was no mediation. You just had to go to a magistrate, and you know, there was like a proper court hearing. And he was just like, you know, the bloke says it's no good. Just you know, drop your claim. So I mean, that was an injustice, and I was trying to work out what caused the injustice. And I think what caused the injustice was just this perception that dentists are all very wealthy individuals, and you know, and patients aren't, and so justice in the eyes of the magistrate consists of striking the blow back for the little man, you know, They were sort of had the attitude that dentists are always getting one over on the patients, and so and it's within my power to make sure in this case the patient gets one over on the dentist, and so he did. So that's why I don't tend to go to small claims court unless there's a principal involved, which there wasn't there with that bloke who did a refund on the MasterCard for the appointment. He cancelled at short notice. So it may be that I'll be getting something from the small claims court from this patient. I don't know. I'm rather hoping she's decided that we've put up so much of a rearguard action that she's just gonna, and she's got her dentures now, and she's happy with them, or at least I suppose she is. I don't know. I could ring up Mike Pond, the technician who made them for her, and ask him whether she's put in a refund for the ones that she's had off of him. But, oh dear, what a day. So, yeah, so things are going quite well at the moment. It's Friday morning, apart from the weather. I've got my diabetic assessment this afternoon, so I'm going to go and get weighed and whatever. What a way to spend a Friday afternoon. Mind you, they said it'll only take about half an hour. And now the appointments are coming through thick and fast. The next thing I've got is a diabetic eye test, which is same as I mean, it's not the same as an ordinary eye test. It's more, I suppose it's more of a, although ordinary eye tests, you know, are pretty bloody good these days. Especially with Boots, when you go with the Boots, they've got all the kit, you know. But this one, they put drops in your eyes and dilate your pupils so they can take a photo of your retina. Then I suppose they're going to tell you that they're going to use AI to compare the photos so they can see any diabetic retinopathy that might occur in the future. Be nice to know that I've got my diabetes under control. You don't even know you've got your diabetes under control for 3 months. In 3 months, when they do another blood test, they might just turn around and say, no, Mr. Watson, I'm afraid your diabetes isn't under control. So, you know, there's a very slow response time to anyone who's got diabetes in terms of getting their blood sugar stabilised. Especially as I know my blood sugar is consistently high, it's consistently around about 9. So, you know, I think they should use a bit more emphasis on blood sugar level testing in the early days, even if you've only got what they call mild diabetes or pre-diabetes or incipient diabetes or potential diabetes or type 2 diabetes, whatever they want to call it. They should regularise your blood sugar level, PDQ, and then you know, stick you on the metformin. See in 3 months whether that's sufficient to keep it down. Not try the metformin first and then tell you that it's not working. Anyway, what do I know? What do I know? Ask me questions about teeth. I don't know about diabetes. I probably will do. By the time I'm driving to work blind with no toes, I'll know quite a lot. Right, well, sorry, but it's been a miserable journey. And as you probably gathered, we're still doing tests on the mic. So I might not upload all of this. But, you know, why not? I mean, I'm on a mission to fill up the world's server space. So let's, you know, the more inane, pointless videos I can upload, the better. And I can always do it on the pretense that in 100 years' time, it might be worth something. Anyway, I know The weather's probably worse where you are. Well, I mean, if you're in the UK, because we're in the southeast corner and we always tend to miss out on the big blows. But except for that one day in the 1980s when the roof of the surgery fell in. '87, I think. So wherever you are, you're probably hanging on to the roof of your house. But we're okay. Besides, I'm indoors. I'm in this industrial unit, nice industrial unit. So it's nice and warm inside. And I won't even know what the weather's like, to be honest, till I come out and ask other people. So, all right, nice to talk to you. See you soon. Bye.